It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Rockets in Houston. Looking at Houston, they are clearly amped up for this one and determined to have a strong showing from the get-go. They feel this is a game they can win and want to establish that pace early on. You look at what Coach Budenholzer has done with this Hawks team for several years now. They've been a very tough matchup. How does Coach go out and get so much out of this roster?
You know, comes from a Spurs background under Coach Popovich, which focuses on playing strong team basketball. He's probably the best coach in the last 30 years.
Wow, 30 years. I would agree with that. You know, I'm trying to think who would be better. I don't know. But anyway, the passing in their offense is probably what makes them 30 years. Yeah, the passing in their offense. I keep that 30-year thing is just keep hitting me is what's really good. But Coach Bud is under his tutelage, kind of mimics his style. 30 years, though, man. That's probably accurate.
Over 30 years.
Phil Jackson?
He may be one of the best coaches in all of sports over that 30 years.
Kenny, it's
Phil Jackson.
Kenny, it's not accurate. It's Shaq-urate.
Oh. And I'm talking about Pop, too.
Okay.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
You came for battle, just expect to bleed. Oh, I'm a born survivor. Don't count me out, cause what don't kill me only makes me stronger. Cause what don't kill me is only more to conquer. Makes me stronger.
Welcome to Noche Latina here in the NBA. A Latin flavor to the night's festivities as we get ready to go. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Houston Rockets here at home, and an interconference matchup should be a good one. And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, the Atlanta Hawks continue to build a team-first culture. Mike Budenholzer talked about how the players believe in each other and enjoy playing together. You hear it from the players themselves. They hold each other in high esteem, they play unselfishly, and they're having fun doing it. They're still called Spurs East, and you can see why, Kevin.
All about winning together, David. Thank you.
Well, you hear coaches talk often about the power of five and how a team can become greater than the sum of its parts. And there's no doubt that the Atlanta Hawks show and exemplify exactly that. High character, unselfish players, a team with no real superstars, but they certainly play the game the right way.
Tip-off goes to Houston. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for Atlanta, Bazemore is the 3 with Millsap the 4. Schroeder runs the point with Korver to his side. And it's Howard in at the 5 down low. On the wing, Korver, three-pointer. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Korver's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. And some have wondered whether the Hawks have what it takes to win big, Brent, without a true superstar.
Well, they don't have one, Kevin, but I think they've put themselves in position to land one. They don't have any bad contracts. It's a team that's made the playoffs each of the last 9 seasons, and with Coach Budenholzer's recent success, I think some players may be invited to come and participate in that system.
And that one's good. Millsap.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Got a piece of it. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And Harden with the stuff.
And that's really deflating for a team to cough up the ball and have it turn into points immediately on the other end.
Yes, it took very little time for that transition to happen. Just one team being much more aggressive than the other.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Rockets have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Shoots from 14, and Houston again with the bucket.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Good chance you're getting to phase 2 of your defense here as you make adjustments to try and cool him down.
Here is Korver. James Harden picking up that last basket. Schroeder passes to Bazemore. Millsap a screen. Clock at 4. Pushing it up. The finish. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Bazemore gets the bucket. Bazemore's got his first 2 points.
That's an efficient trip down the floor for them, able to finish in tight. Well, hard not to root for a guy like Kent Bazemore, who just keeps working and improving. A breakout season for him in 2015-2016, starting most of the games for the Hawks. He showed he could score inside and out.
And Atlanta has possession following the score by Houston. Inside. Here's Millsap. No good that time. And it's Houston the other way.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
And Anderson kicks to Ariza. Shoots a 3. Goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Bazemore dishes to Millsap. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Houston moving the ball around. The 3 from Harden. And another 3 for Houston.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. You look at the crop of point guards in the NBA today, maybe in the golden age of that particular position, maybe the strongest we've ever seen in league history. Some would say yes, some would say no. You're shaking your head there. What do you think?
I think it's just incredible the amount of talent that we see on a nightly basis at the point guard position.
You're in awe.
Absolutely in awe. And I'm also just infatuated, Kevin, with the stylistic differences of what it is that these players represent. The shock and awe of a Russell Westbrook who'll come right at you, right over you.
Yeah, look out! And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
When you're playing from behind, you cannot let your opponent have things that are that easy. And that was easy.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. There's the feed to Prince. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
No question. You have one team firing on all cylinders. The other one can't even get out of the garage.
The offensive rebound. Korver passes to Splitter. And they pick up 2.
The defense is aware of Splitter and what he can do down there. Still, they can't stop it.
Rockets leading by 15. Prigioni kicks to Gordon. Now, here's Brewer. Defense right on him. Here's Nene. And Nene with the stuff.
He couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
Just completely in rhythm, really from the opening tip, and they continue to pile up the points.
Here's Splitter. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Well, that's some grit and grind from Splitter to bury himself inside the paint, gets the ball, and finishes quite easily over the D.
The 3 from Korver. Rockets with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Gordon dishes to Prigioni. To the inside. Here's Nene. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Houston shooting their first free throws of this game.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
So he picks up just one from the line that time. The Hawks trail by 16. Now here's Schroeder. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. He kicks to Cephalosha. From deep. Got it off in time, but it's no good. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. The Rockets on top, up by 16. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game he still loves.
Basketball, this is my passion, on the court, it's my sanctuary. I want to have fun. The reason I play is to win championships. I take this game very serious.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
It's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And guys, we've seen the Rockets really take control here.
Anytime you can get to the rim consistently early in the game, it allows you to get into a good rhythm offensively.
Yeah, I thought the defenders were supposed to be the bullies. Their offense is doing that job, physically imposing their will. No one stepped up to stop them.
On the court for Atlanta, Schroeder and Bazemore pair up at the point and off-guard spots. Scott is out there with Muscala, and it's Millsap in at the 3 spot. Here's Harden. Makes it off the glass. Harden's got 11.
And so much more responsibility for Hawks head coach Mike Budenholzer, named the team president in the summer of 2015. Well, I'll tell you what, he's been well prepared. 18 years in San Antonio, actually played for Coach Popovich during those days where he was an athlete. He'll tell you he still is one, but he's doing a terrific job.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Howard's checked in for Scott. And Anderson slams it in.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation, using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
When you think of the temperament of Mike Budenholzer, comparing him to, say, Greg Popovich, who he was an assistant coach under for well over a decade, Brent, how would you compare the two of them?
They're very charismatic. They're the kind of coaches that as players, once you get some time with them, get a chance to know them, that what they're trying to do is just get the best out of you. That's something that both of them share.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Gordon. And a change for the Hawks. Korver's checked in. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Pass to Schroeder. Shot clock at 6. Can they get it? Kyle Korver, and that's good. He's got 6.
That's Korver's game right there. When that 3 ball is dropping, he is really, really dangerous, and it drops often.
Ariza outside. Beverly against Schroeder. Here's the teardrop, and that one drops for him.
Terrific effort on that shot. I mean, he's given up a lot of inches in that mismatch.
And that shows once again that craftiness and body positioning can overcome just someone's sheer size. I mean, there's not a lot of reasons for a turnover, but there's certainly not one there, just a lapse of judgment.
Houston's gotten off 4 shots from three-point range tonight and buried every one of them. Korver against Harden. Can't hit that one. Excellent D from Howard. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Korver, no luck. For Houston, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. And one of the league's premier shooters, Kyle Korver, but he's never settled for being a one-trick pony.
Well, he's a good positional defender. He can rebound. He sets good screens. And just even Kyle Korver running the floor, he takes the gravity of other players to open up driving lanes for the guards and spots for the bigs.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Chris Humphries was first one of the best rebounders in the league, and now, after a few years of tinkering with his jumper, he's become a pretty good shooting big man. After the 2015 playoffs, Wizards coach Randy Whitman suggested that Humphries work on his three-pointer. Humphries said, "I hadn't really worked on it ever. I just had to adapt. I went at it trying to expand my game so I can play longer." Kevin?
I'm sure we'll see a lot of players trying to add that 3, DA. Thank you. Schroeder kicks it to Bazemore. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Bazemore's got 5.
That's just tremendous focus and concentration by Bazemore, getting the ball off the pass and releasing it quickly before the D is even set.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Michael Beasley. He's checked in for Anderson. Brewer comes in for James Harden. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Patrick Beverley. Screen by Howard. They set the pick. Cephalosha passes to Korver. He used that pick to perfection. Korver's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's really Korver's game in a nutshell. The catch and fire mentality is what has made him such a special player in this league for a long time.
And Splitter pulls it down.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Poked away. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
And 5 turnovers here. He set his team back on the offensive end.
And the Rockets making a change here. Nene's checked in. And then for Atlanta, Scott comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Prince in for Kyle Korver. Here's Scott. It's hauled in by Prigioni. Rockets leading by 18. Right, you played all the backcourt positions, including shooting guard. Some have said the talent level at the 2 guard has fallen off a bit of late. Would you agree with that?
I think it's been an interesting shift, Kevin, in the NBA with regards to the scoring point guard and how much there are guards in our league who initiate offense, not with the pass.
Great job, guys. Nice work. Take a seat now. Let's talk.
Teams are playing, there maybe are fewer opportunities for shooting guards to get the ball in positions where they can score.
But 2 guards have got to handle the ball. We're seeing that more and more, that versatility is important for teams.
No question about it. A lot of coaches are looking for complementary 2 guards or small forwards out there that can get to the right spots and then make the next play. After your point guard draws defense, can the next man on your team be just as effective with his pass, with his scoring? Then you got a combination that can do some damage.
And it's Pablo Prigioni with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Cephalosha. A minute 20 left to play here in the half. Stolen by Gordon.
If you could stay active on defense, good things. Great concentration from Eric Gordon, who caps off the drive with the basket.
1:09 left in the second quarter. Schroeder with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. Puts it up from 15. No good off the front iron.
Well, he's the last guy you want to leave open there, but somehow he didn't knock it down.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
1 shot. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Well, Eric Gordon coming off that big contract, which ended last season. Injuries have just plagued his entire career, still trying to find a season where he can play all 82 games.
And Eric Gordon, a good outside shooter. Not quite as explosive as he once was, though, getting to the rim.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Kevin. He's lost a little bit of that burst. Of course, at 6'4", he gives up a little bit of height at the shooting guard position, but still effective in scoring the ball.
So halt the run, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Really solid work from Schroeder there, being physical and now going to the stripe.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And you see that blonde streak for Dennis Schroeder? His mother used to run a hair salon. She wanted Dennis to dye his hair blonde. Instead, he did just that spot.
Well, it's become a bit of his trademark, Kevin, and during the 15-16 NBA season, even had his number 17 emblazoned in gold back there. So it's not the only thing right now that's setting him apart. There aren't many German players in the NBA. Of course, we think of Dirk Nowitzki first, but Schroeder coming along nicely.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
And 79% from the line a season ago. Pretty consistent there as a free throw shooter. Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line. And scoring at will, starting to pull away here.
Yeah, the focus, the conviction, they've done everything possible to make tempo theirs.
Right side Millsap. It's deflected. Here is Brewer. Gordon with it. That will count. No good on the buzzer beater. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Houston on top, ending the second quarter with a big 11-3 run. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny Smith, right there. And Shaquille O'Neal, he's right there. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 13 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Their ability to get into the paint and get to the rim has been deadly, constantly attacking the basket. It was clearly their intention right from the start to pound it inside as much as possible. And I don't see them straying from that strategy in the second half. It's going to be another paint-based attack.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
Well, they were playing like it was Christmas, Ernie. Giving up a lot of turnovers. There's no excuses for the turnover numbers, sloppy ball handling. They look out of control, and the execution was all over the place.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Welcome back to the Toyota Center, everyone. That's a look at our broadcast location tonight here in downtown Houston, Texas. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
The way he was able to attack the rim in that first half, defenders are going to need to start building walls and being connected defensively if they want to have any chance to stop it.
Yeah, right now he's seeking out every gap and he's getting into every single one of them, raying up some big numbers there.
Beverly and Harden are the 1 and the 2. Trevor Ariza out there with Ryan Anderson, and it's Capella in at the 5. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
Let's hope for his sake that he does not try that one ever again.
You're right. Here's Schroeder. Millsap has the open look. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 6 assists in the game. Rockets leading by 23. Down low. Got a piece of it. Harden dishes to Ariza. It's stolen by Korver. Jacks up a three. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room. And he'll take it right into the teeth of the D without thinking twice about it.
Now here's Bazemore. Ariza covering. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's his first foul. Time called here. The Hawks.
Bring it in. Take a seat.
Brent, they say great offense beats great defense. It certainly is a tall task trying to stop the greats from scoring in this game. What is tougher from a defensive standpoint than to stop a great player? It just seems like there's so many different options and different ways a team or an individual can play them.
Defenses have to have the ability, Kevin, to make reads and get on the same page with regards to stopping the greatest players in the game. One player can't do it, so oftentimes we're talking about committing two defenders. What can the three guys on the back line of defense do against some of the game's greatest, and how is it that they can move on the string, read one another, and reassemble themselves within a possession? That is a tremendous skill that needs to be practiced, honed, and that's where great defenses gain confidence.
Well, I think communication probably is the priority when you begin that process.
It always starts with the talking, and that's where you see some of the greatest defenses have guys on the back line, the bigs pointing in certain directions, making sure they're directing traffic to make sure the problem areas on any possession are covered.
Harden up top, guarded by Korver. Harden against Korver. Yes, that goes in. And that's 15 points for James Harden.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Millsap kicks it to Bazemore. Dishes to Schroeder. Korver against Harden. They get a hand on it. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And the jam by Harden.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And he's good on the three ball.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And some of that discrepancy is due to better shot selection. It's really that simple. But I also think they've made more contested shots.
Here's Capella. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a three-point play. That's on Dwight Howard.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Case tonight of a game where a team does everything right. Fluid offense, lockdown defense. It's the kind of game you wish you could play every night.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Nene, he's checked in for Anderson. And Gordon subbed in for Trevor Ariza. Atlanta also making some changes here. Splitter comes in for Dwight Howard. And Mike Muscala is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. The Rockets shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. Free throw good, James Harden. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Houston. Prince is checked in for Atlanta. Cephalosha comes in for Kyle Korver. And both free throws good for James Harden. Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Bazemore passes to Cephalosha. And Muscala kicks it to Bazemore. Poked loose. Splitter dishes to Bazemore. Atlanta again missing.
You know, looking at his release and his form, it just seems like something is off, and it's affecting both his shot and, at this point, his confidence.
Now here is Cephalosha, guarded closely. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And Harden with the stuff.
And from an offensive standpoint, they have just been stellar.
And no matter what adjustments the defense has made tonight, they've had an answer every time.
By himself.
Oh, come on. And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
For the Rockets, Brewer is checked in for Harden, and it's Pablo Prigioni in for Patrick Beverley. Atlanta also making some changes here. Scotty's checked in for Muscala, and Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Kent Bazemore.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
And you can feel a little bit of that frustration, just confused, not sure what the game plan is at this point.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Kevin, as always, the Atlanta Hawks run that fluid offensive system that is widely admired. You know, Steve Kerr, our old friend, used to say they get to the next level of their offense. You take away the first option, they automatically get to the second. You take that one, they automatically and fluidly get to the third option. And very few teams do that. Kevin?
Passing and shooting, D.A., that's what it's all about. Thank you. Nene. Out of bounds, Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession. There's 39 seconds left to play in the third. And good that time. Brewer's got his first bucket in this one.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
The Hawks shooting the sixth attempt at the free throw line tonight. That one misses for Prince.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Count it. 13 points for Eric Gordon.
Well, even though Eric Gordon went in amongst the bigger guys on the floor, he's able to remain calm and get two.
In the corner, Cephalosha with it. Jack against Gordon. Tipped away. Stolen by Gordon. From deep. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Houston on top, running away with it. And we'll be back with you right after this. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Houston's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. On the court for Atlanta, they've got Muscala. Scott is out there with Prince. Then it's Jarrett Jack, and it's Hardaway in at the 2. And Jack kicks to Prince, and that one is hammered home.
Yeah, you're making things far too easy for him when you let him get it that deep.
Yep, the D playing too soft there. They've got to body him up and keep him off that spot.
Yeah, easy call.
That free throw missing.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
Good on the second free throw. Atlanta shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. To the middle, here's Muscala, drops in the layup for 2.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Here's Decker. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Now Jack feeds it to Muscala. Brewer grabs the board.
Ill-advised shot there.
And he knows it. Got locked into scoring mode, couldn't pull it back.
Second chance shot. Here's Moniunas. The shot's good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And finished off by Scott.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player. And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
The Hawks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. The three-pointer, no good. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
And the basket by Brewer. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Brewer's gone 2 for 4 so far here tonight. Jack passes to Muscala. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Good on the bucket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Prigioni kicks to Brewer. And it's slammed in by Brewer.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. Pass to Muscala. He tries for 3, and it's Jarrett Jack with the 3. For Houston, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. That one good for 2.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
It's taken away by Brewer. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And he knocks down the first one. Brewer hits them both. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And Jack kicks to Scott. Outside Jack to the paint. Here's Muscala. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. First one falls for him. Both shots good from the stripe. For Houston, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Here's Jack. Ball's knocked loose.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
The Hawks shooting not great, 40% for the game. Passes it to Muscala. Got a piece of it. Here's Brewer. And no good that time. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Inside. Now here's Hardaway. Covered by Brewer. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Nene, he's checked in for Montejunas. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Thabo Sefolosha is checked in for Prince. Decker dishes to Nene. Scott kicks to Jack. It's deflected. One-on-one fast break. Decker can't hit.
Well, you have to give a ton of credit to the defense for arriving just in time and altering that shot away from the basket.
And Jarrett Jack, the bucket on the assist by Scott. Jack's got 5 points in the quarter. The Rockets have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. Nene, the pass to Beasley. Over in the corner, Decker from the arc. The shot that time, not on target. Atlanta's shooting it well here in the fourth quarter at 50%. The 3 from Sefolosha. Decker with the rebound. Houston's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. 1:25 left to play in the final quarter. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
Yeah, he sat in that mid-range area, which can be a no-man's land defensively, but he quickly moved over to contest.
Scott with the ball. Picked up by Nene. Deflected by Brewer.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Rockets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Harden.
He was able to manufacture offense tonight, even when they had plays that broke down or he had multiple defenders on him. It just didn't matter. He was going to get his points any way he needed to.
And that one misses.
And for Thabo Sefolosha, a lot more news off the court in 2014 than on it. I'm just glad that he has moved on from those incidents, finds himself in a good place, and is back playing his brand of basketball.
Nene down low. And he banks in the layup.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Well, doing things the right way and not letting up. Straight attack.
Scott kicks to Jack. And here is Hardaway. Here's Scott. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Now here's Brewer. Here's the three. Bangs home the trifecta.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
Yeah, and good to see that these guys are excited, gave their all and then some. This is the result of all that hard work.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. So long.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. It is time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden. What a monster third quarter from him. Pushing the action, dictating the pace, key elements that really affected the outcome of this game.
His accuracy, wow. I was blown away by how consistent he was throughout this game. There's a part of you that thinks like, okay, another one and another one. It's going to be another one that goes in, and then you realize, you know what, it's just his night.
What a huge lift he got from the crowd tonight. There's nothing those fans love more than seeing this guy get hot. And he was so hot, I got to get up right now, Ernie. My seat is hot. Oh.
And that's it for tonight, but we've got a whole new NBA season ahead of us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again very soon.